Long before the headlines and the encores, Stray Kids were just fighting to keep their dream alive in the dark. Not chasing trophies, chasing the right to believe in themselves when no one else would. They stumbled through sleepless nights, practicing in empty rooms lit only by flickering monitors. They broke down in survival shows that tested not just their skills, but their will to stay together. They wrote songs not for charts, but because if they didn't, they might lose themselves completely. Every sweats and every tears became a thread holding them in place when the world tried to tear them apart. This isn't a typical story of a K-pop group. It's a story about surviving it, about turning doubt into defiance, about becoming more than a group, becoming Stray Kids. Before Stray Kids had stages and sold-out tours, they were just a group of trainees trying to hold it together. The pressure wasn't about being the best. It was about staying together when everything was trying to pull them apart. When JYP threw them into a survival show, the stakes got real fast. Every mission, every ranking, every elimination, it wasn't scripted. It felt like one wrong move could erase everything they were building. The worst part wasn't losing, it was seeing your brother sent home, watching the team shrink and wondering if you were next. But instead of giving up, they doubled down. They fought harder for each other, and somehow that fight turned into something bigger than just a debut. The Stray Kids you see today still carry those battle scars. Every performance, every lyric. It's not polish, it's history. It's all the nights they could have fallen apart, but didn't. Most people pick a name because it sounds cool. Stray Kids picked a name that felt more like a promise. A promise to the kids who felt out of place, unheard, invisible. The ones still fighting to be seen. But carrying that name meant bleeding for it. There were nights when Bangchan stayed behind after practice, sitting alone in an empty studio, replaying every mistake in his head until sunrise. Not rehearsing, not perfecting, just questioning. There were moments when Han, normally the loudest voice in the room, would go completely silent, wondering if his dreams were too big for a world that didn't care. Have you ever chased something so hard that you started losing pieces of yourself along the way? Stray Kids lived through that. Not because they had no choice, but because they chose to. Every doubt, every breakdown, every quiet war no one saw. That's the real meaning behind Stray Kids. And from the very beginning, they carried it like a battle flag. When Stray Kids debuted, they didn't fit the mold. Most groups came polished, smiling, with songs about first love and summer nights. Stray Kids came with fire, with lyrics about pressure, depression, and losing yourself. It caught people off guard, and honestly, it scared some of them. Critics said they were too messy, too loud, too rough around the edges. Even inside the company, even among fans, some wondered, is this really what an idol group should sound like? Stray Kids could have listened. They could have started sanding down the edges, softening their sound, chasing approval. But they didn't. They kept making the music they needed to hear, even if it meant more doubts, more hate, more setbacks. Because deep down, they knew. They weren't just trying to fit in. They were trying to build something that had never existed before. And real change, it never starts quietly. Success for Stray Kids didn't come from a formula. It wasn't the result of slick marketing or viral dances that defined their journey. Instead, their rise came through raw, authentic moments. A slow, stubborn build rooted in trust. Their growth was a reflection of the deeper connections they forged with their fans, starting from the ground up. Stray Kids were real with their audience from day one. This honesty gave birth to a relationship that was founded not on manufactured popularity, but on shared vulnerability. Fans didn't just connect with the surface-level image of the group, they saw themselves in Stray Kids' music. Over time, this built a fiercely loyal community who were ready to support them through every step of their journey. Their fans stay were a vital part of the process from the beginning. They didn't just sit back and enjoy the show, they were actively involved in shaping Stray Kids' path. Whether it was streaming their music on repeat, filling concert halls with energy, or defending them in the face of harsh criticism, Stay stood by them through thick and thin. They made their voices heard, supporting the group in ways that extended far beyond the digital world. The love between Stray Kids and Stay has only grown, becoming a testament to the power of shared belief, trust, and community. And in this unbreakable bond, music became their shared language, the soundtrack of their survival. Songs like Myro, God's Menu, and Thunderous. These songs captured the chaos, the struggle, and the relentless drive to keep moving forward no matter what. Every beat, every lyric, was a reflection of the struggle that Stray Kids and Stay had endured together. These songs didn't just express the fight to survive, they encapsulated the strength that came from that fight. The intense rhythms and commanding vocals weren't just crafted for the stage. They were built for resilience, for the times when the world seemed too loud or too harsh. Stray Kids didn't need to say much. Their music did the talking. And every time those beats dropped, it was clear, we're still here, we're still fighting. Miro was their declaration of independence. A challenge to the world. God's Menu was the recipe for success, served hot and heavy, a testament to their hunger to prove themselves. Thunderous, that was a promise. Stray Kids weren't going anywhere. It's a reminder that despite all the hardships, they had found their voice, their purpose, and their strength. But beyond the power of their songs, it's the quiet moments that reveal the true strength of their bond with Stay. Other groups say thank you to their fans. But Stray Kids? They shows it themselves. A group live where they shares not just the victories, but the vulnerabilities. Felix's heartfelt messages that remind Stay they're not alone. Han's raw, unfiltered honesty, which invites fans into his world, even at its most fragile. Every word, every gesture goes beyond the surface. They're reminders that Stray Kids don't just perform for Stay, they live for them too. It's not just about the spotlight. When the curtains fall, when the crowds disperse, Stray Kids lean on their fans just as much as Stay lean on them. The late-night sessions, the quiet conversations, the moments when they're just like anyone else, struggling, questioning, needing support. They don't hide behind their personas. They share their struggles with Stay, knowing that the strength they give each other is what keeps them going. This bond goes beyond music, beyond applause. It's built on trust, on the unspoken understanding that even when the world feels overwhelming, they have each other. It's loyalty that runs deeper than anything they could ever put into words. And as they move forward, Stray Kids never forget the ones who walk this journey with them. They know the road ahead will still be tough, filled with challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But every time they step onto that stage, they feel the unwavering presence of Stay. The ones who believed in them before anyone else did, and the ones who will continue to stand by them no matter what. This isn't just a fan base, it's a family. One built on shared struggles, mutual respect, and a promise to always push forward together. Stray Kids and Stay, they're not just connected by music, but by something deeper, something unbreakable. And as long as they have each other, there's no challenge they can't face, no dream they can't chase. Stray Kids dared to be bold, will you? How has Stray Kids helped you stay strong? Share your story in the comments.